long time since I've made a video, and I just wanted to kind of check in. I thought this might be a good time with the new Fragrance One line they just came out from Jeremy Fragrance. I've been watching fragrance videos now for about a year, I would say, maybe a little bit more. It's kind of all blurs together, but definitely really like his videos a lot and wanted to support him. And it's really so hard to start a business and maintain a business and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people that have hated on him for doing this or whatever, I mean, it's just so easy to do that. It's so much harder to actually be a creator and do something, and it's so easy to just critique something. But yeah, I mean, that's just, I guess, the world we live in, where people try to cut other people down. But yeah, so I've worn it a couple days. I'm going to go ahead and put a spray on my shirt and a spray on my neck, and then I'm going to check in with you guys on the opening, and then we'll kind of do like we used to do, and I'll check in at the end of the day and let you know how it did throughout the workday. I forgot how hard it is to film with the stick shift, but anyways, just sprayed the first sprays on, and the opening is really familiar. I've owned Bleu de Chanel. I think it was the EDT. And sold that. I didn't really think it was worth the money. And I still own Dior Sauvage, and I still do like that one, although a couple of my good buddies wear Dior Sauvage, and so I think I'm kind of losing my interest in it, although it's a great scent. And the opening of this office for men definitely kind of reminds me of a mixture between the Dior Sauvage and the Bleu de Chanel. It's got the kind of the ambroxan and kind of like a peppery sharpness mixed with like a citrus, I don't know, note. But it's nice. I mean, I think it smells really good. It's definitely not a clone. It's a similar style of fragrance to those two, which are both, incredibly popular, mass appealing scents. If I were gonna risk a bunch of money to start a fragrance that was supposed to be mass appealing and long lasting, I mean, I think it's pretty smart to kind of stand on the shoulders of those two fragrances and then kind of riff, kind of go off from there. Because it's definitely, I've worn this a couple days, and it's definitely different from those on the dry down. But the opening is definitely similar, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I mean, everyone else is buying those for a reason, so I would definitely say that I like it. I like it so far here in the opening. I forgot to mention at the beginning, part two, I bought 2 bottles as part of Jeremy's Kickstarter campaign, and so yeah, I've got a full kind of sealed bottle, and then I've got this bottle here that I've been using so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep commuting to work with this stick shift, and I will check in with you guys either on my lunch break or after work and let you know how it's going. I am heading home from work, and I wore the Jeremy Fragrance One all day today. And from the time I sprayed it on till now, it's been a full 9 hours. And it's definitely still there. I think right now it's mostly just kind of a dry ambroxan smell right now. It's kind of faint. I'm kind of searching for it on my shirt, but it's definitely still there. And I was still getting some whiffs of it off of my body kind of throughout the day from my neck spray and my shirt spray. But I think the main thing that I noticed with this one is this one actually, to me, smells like a more grown-up version of Dior Sauvage. The initial opening is very similar, kind of a mixture between the Bleu de Chanel and the Dior Sauvage, and then it kind of goes into its own realm during the dry down. And to me, it's more similar to Sauvage than Bleu de Chanel because of a lot of ambroxan in this. But it's almost got more of not a peppery smell, but it's got more of like a spice to it. And to me, it smells more grown up than Sauvage does. That's like the best thing I could think about to describe it throughout the day. I'm like, how am I going to talk about this? But I think it does. It smells almost a little bit more mature somehow than Sauvage. It doesn't, to me, perform as well as Sauvage. I get really crazy performance out of Sauvage. I normally only put one spray of that on, and after a day like today, 9 hours, it would still be really strong on my skin or on my shirt, and just kind of like with that a little bit of spicy Broxton smell. This one is more faint. I would say it's probably about half to 30% as strong as the Sauvage at this point throughout the day on my skin. So yeah, I would say, kind of like, if I had to kind of summarize it all, if you like Sauvage but you're kind of tired of everyone else wearing it and you want to just have something unique and you don't mind spending a little bit more money, yeah, this one's awesome. I mean, I would definitely recommend it. It is more expensive than Sauvage. I kind of at this point forget what I paid for the 2 bottles, but I think it was definitely over $100. But if you just want something that has that Ambroxan feel to it, and it has kind of that current modern trendy blue type fragrance, then I think Sauvage would still be my favorite recommendation. I haven't tried the Dylan Blue on my skin. I have sampled it at a local department store, and it smelled good to me. But yeah, that's kind of, I guess, my overview. And I'm excited to see what other fragrances that he rolls out, and see kind of what he and his perfumer are able to develop. But I think this was an awesome first attempt by him and Alberto Morales, or that's his name. I think it's a really cool first attempt. I mean, I think it's, I think he's got a lot of ideas for his next bottle design. This one, doesn't have a cap. It's pretty basic for what you're paying for, but I'm sure there's a lot of startup cost in developing a fragrance, and a lot of that probably goes into that. So I think that's about it. That's my review on the Fragrance One Office for Man. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below, and I'll try to start making some more videos now. All right, thanks.